Hey, it's Matt Laporte. I want to cover a core business concept today that can be applied to any business, whether we're talking about an offline business, brick and mortar business, online business, whether it's network marketing, affiliate marketing. It doesn't matter what business it is, but this core concept can be applied to any business. It also can be applied to any technology that's used. There's constantly new technologies coming out, whether it's a new system or a new hot flashy website or hot flashy capture page or some amazing new app for the iPhone or Android or whatever smartphone you have. There's always new technologies coming out, but acquiring customers, making sales, making money in your business all comes down to this core concept, no matter what business it is or what technology you use. So it's a really powerful core concept and one you need to understand. It all comes down to the 4 C's. The first C is collect. You need to collect people's attention somehow. Offline, a lot of times this will be done if people have a home business or even a small brick and mortar business. They'll attend networking events. They'll meet people out and about, maybe through referrals or word of mouth. Maybe they'll approach random businesses. Online, this can be done with producing valuable content, producing videos, articles, blog posts, through social media, meeting people. It's all about kind of getting people's attention to turn towards you and to notice you. Second C is to capture. Once that person has noticed you and you have their attention, you need a way to capture their information. Big businesses like retail stores will do this by capturing your name, your email. A lot of times they'll capture zip codes, phone numbers, email addresses is powerful. Online, a lot of network marketers, affiliate marketers, home-based business owners will have a capture page, some way to capture name. Email is very common to capture online. Offline, this is handing out business cards, getting other people's business cards and contact information. Okay, so now we've collected their attention, we've captured their information. The third C we need to do, once we have that information, and the biggest problem that most people have with online marketing and network marketing, home-based business, they don't do this next C, and that's communicate. So many people are so concerned about just capturing people's information, like trying to talk to as many people as they can and getting their information, but then there's never a communication. You need to communicate with those people, because ultimately buying your product or joining your business happens in their time, not your time. But what happens is so many people go out, they talk to someone, they approach them, they've collected the attention, they've captured their information, that person isn't ready to buy. They say, oh, that person's a no, and they move on. But the people who score big and build that residual income or build the high income is the people who communicate with the people that they've met and the people that have given up their contact information. So it's really important that we communicate with the people that we meet. Online, very simple. Once we have an autoresponder and someone has input their name and email, we build up an email list and we communicate with that list through an autoresponder. Offline, we can pick up the phone and call the person. If we have their contact information, we can mail them flyers, brochures, handouts, whatever it may be, CDs, DVDs, but we communicate with them somehow. Even having them go to meetings with us, there's some sort of communication that takes place. And then the last C is the close. And this part, again, happens in your prospect's time, not in your time. And so what I do is, as I'm capturing people and communicate with them, I just kind of let them bounce around and percolate. And who knows, I mean, I've had people who have followed me for a long time and I never even knew they were following me, or they're on my list for, months and months or even years, and finally they come around and they pick up the phone and call me, or they become a coaching client, or they purchase some product or join my team. It's all about their time. They're just not ready, but you continue to communicate with them and provide them with value. So the close offline, what I do in my business and most successful people do is they simply point them to someone who does the close for them. And it's the easiest thing for people just getting started as well in home-based business and network marketing and affiliate marketing is, once you have that person, you just point them to different places and let other people close for you. So offline, bringing people to meetings or pointing them to certain webinars or calls where the people on the calls or at the meetings will close that person for you. Online, this is commonly done by pointing them to different affiliate products that you have, valuable resources that you know will help your prospect, and let that heavy hitter or the expert in that field close for you and show them that webinar or show them that product and let that person close for you. So that's the 4 C's. Very simple, really simple, totally simple to understand, but so few people implement the 4 C's, or they get stuck at some point along that process of the 4 C's. Maybe they're out getting people's attention and capturing information, but there's no communication. Or they're meeting people, they're capturing information, and they're trying to do the close right there. And then they think, oh, that person didn't buy, so that person's not for me, or this isn't working. You know, I'm out meeting people, no one's buying from me right now. Well, it's not in their time, it's not in your time, it's in their time. So it's important that you continually meet people, continue to capture their information, and then continue to communicate with them. And the communication is simply providing them with value. You know, big stores communicate constantly by sending you flyers and brochures and magazines in the mail. You know, big stores like retail stores will send you flyers and brochures and magazines in the mail. Your local supermarket sends you a flyer every single week about the sales coming up. And the other important thing is that supermarket is not emotionally attached to that. So many people in home-based business, they'll send out correspondence and they're so attached to that. And they're so fearful of rejection. The supermarket sends this communication out. And if you don't come in that week, it doesn't affect them. They're not upset. They're not emotionally tied to it. So it's important that as you communicate, as you build your list, that you're not emotionally tied to the result of what happens. So I hope that was helpful. It's kind of the core concept of any business. You know, people ask me all the time, Matt, how do you do it? You know, how do you build your business? What are you doing? You know, how are you generating your list and making sales? And that's what I do. And I show them, you know, sit down with some of my coaching clients and then I show them how they can do it too. And they're amazed at how simple it is. But that is the core concept. Hope that was helpful. Share it with your team if they're still struggling in those areas too. And reach out to me if you need some help in any aspect of those 4 C's. I'd be glad to help. Take care.